Narcissists have a very complex relationship with the idea of dying. A part of them is terrified of death, yet the other part is obsessed with it. How come and why so? Well, you may think it's about loss of control. It indeed is. Or not being able to leave a legacy behind, or not having other people cater to their needs, not being able to extract supply. All of that is true. But what if I told you there is a much bigger reason, a fear that they do not ever talk about, but they do drop hints. And it's from those hints I was able to understand what was going on in the skewed psyche of my narcissistic grandfather and why he was afraid of dying. Let's talk about it further in today's episode. I am Danish, a narcissistic abuse recovery professional. Today, I want to talk about a narcissist's obsession with death and the fear of it. If that sounds interesting, please consider subscribing and stay until the very end because today's episode is going to be very special. Before we get started, please don't be afraid of the portrait behind me. This is the tiger or the tigress I want to wake up in you. This is not a predator, this is your protector. It doesn't have to be like a narcissist. It has to be a fierce protector, completely guarding you and your boundaries. So try to connect with its energy, and that's what I do. But I wanted to share it in this space. Given how a narcissist's brain works, they cannot tolerate the idea of non existence. They cannot contemplate not being here and not being able to live it all, feel it all, see it all, and have it all. So, whenever they try to work with the idea or make some compromise, bargain with that idea of going away forever, they immediately feel a lot of panic. And the real reason is they are terrified of the judgment they are going to go through. See, in all religions, be it Abrahamic religions or Eastern religions, there is an after event. When you die, you don't stop to exist. It's only your body that stops breathing, functioning, what we call living. But in the spiritual realm, your journey continues. In Abrahamic religions, they say there is going to be judgment. Whatever you have done, you will be questioned and karma will be served. Those narcissists who have that kind of belief system are terrified by the idea that sooner or later they will be punished. They will be asked questions that they won't have any answers for. And what is so terrifying about it? There is no escape. They can't manipulate whosoever is in charge after death. They can't twist things. They can't try to gaslight because everything will come back to them. They will have no power whatsoever. And trust me when I say this, the state of absolute powerlessness is annihilating for a narcissist. They don't want to go there. Their life is an example of it. Since the day they become a narcissist, they choose to stay away from reality. And you're talking about facing it like this after dying. What will they do in the face of it? Call them beings of light or angels. When they decide what is going to happen to the narcissist, and that is going to be their permanent state until they are recreated on Judgment Day according to Abrahamic religions, imagine the torment. Whether these beliefs are real or not is not the question. It is about a narcissist's fear of uncertainty, the state of absolute powerlessness. In Eastern religions, there is a concept of reincarnation. Now, a narcissist who believes in that concept knows very well he might take rebirth in the form of an insect. They might turn into a snake or something else, but not human. And how do they know this? Well, they know what they have done all their life. And I truly, truly believe it because a narcissist proved what I am saying to you a long time ago. There was a narcissistic friend that I had. He was a horrible human being, but you know it. I was codependent and I was trying to make the friendship work. A day came when he had a massive panic attack. and he was struggling a lot. On that day, he admits to me and says, "Can you please forgive me? I feel like I'll die soon, and I just want to seek your forgiveness." I asked, like, "Why do you think you need my forgiveness?" "Well, I have done some wrong things to you, so I think what's happening to me right now is because of that, and I'm going to suffer in the hereafter." Do you see that? Another example of my grandfather. During his last days, would always talk about, "I really hope that I am spared from the punishment of grave and I do not go to hell. I hope this doesn't happen, that doesn't happen." And while saying it, he would sound totally hopeless. Now, I know all people are terrified of death. Who wants to die? But narcissists take it to an entirely different level. So that is where that obsession comes from. They keep thinking about it because they're terrified of it. It's like a scared little cat who is curious to know what that dangerous thing is. It feels terrified, but it can't let go of the urge to go near, to find out. And that's what kills a cat. Curiosity kills a cat. It's a well known saying, isn't it? That's what happens to a narc. They want to know so that they could control it, but there is no way of knowing. And that leads to another reason. Death to a narcissist means unpredictability, and narcissists truly hate unpredictability. When they are dealing with one of their victims, when they're dealing with you, they need to know what you're feeling, what you're experiencing, and what's happening in your body. It's a psychosomatic feedback they gather all the time because of their predatory nature to devise a plan or to target an outcome. But here, when they're dying, when they're contemplating death, there is no outcome. What can they do about it? The only thing they know is they'll be either cremated or buried. What happens beyond that? They don't know. And that is what keeps them awake at night. And that's also one of the reasons why many of them have hypochondriasis. Now, I'm not saying all people who are hypochondriac are narcissists. No, because I also have hypochondriasis because of my trauma experiences. And that doesn't mean we are narcissists. I'm just creating a correlation. And remember, correlation does not always mean causation. Death to a narcissist also means leaving a legacy behind. See, they had created their kingdom, shaped it very well. They knew what the dynasty is going to look like. They were the ruler and they thought they are going to sit on that throne forever. But then things start slipping away through their fingers like sand when they are diagnosed with terminal illnesses. It's like, oh, they feel like their throne is being snatched away. And my dear survivor, that's the worst feeling you would not want to go through. See, most people, non narcissistic folks, make peace with their ending one way or the other. Some people just go very happily. But when it comes to a narcissist, it's always extreme, it's chaotic. Have you had experiences like that? Please share them in the comments below. So it's about the legacy. And when it comes to legacy, I need to give you another example. And this is a real life thing. There was a narcissist who had created a multi-millionaire worth empire. I'm talking about $50 million, decamillionaire. And his end was so brutal that he left not even a penny for his sons. The same sons who had worked for him their entire life, devoted their life and settled for the bare minimum, hoping that at the end of it, they're going to get a good amount, a huge amount, their fair share from the inheritance. And the same father says on the deathbed that even if you were to destroy me right now, I'm not going to give you a penny. And that money was wasted. Nobody was able to find out what he did with it. Maybe he was living a double life, where it went, how it was spent. No clue whatsoever. You may wonder why? Why did he do that? Bitterness. It's like, oh, I never thought it's going to come to an end for me. Now that it's coming to an end and I can see it, so I may as well end it for you. And that's the reason why I created another episode on a similar topic, how a narcissist abuses you from their grave. If you want to watch it right now, click the I button above and you will understand what I'm talking about. And here is a little secret. This is something that you realize in advanced stages of your healing. No one dies when a narcissist dies. There is no actual death because the person died a long time ago. The inner child within died a long time ago. There is nobody that actually passes away. The only thing that happens is that their biological processes stop and their body starts decaying. The soul, it had left a long time ago. That is what I have concluded, what I have heard from other people as well. And let me know in the comments if you agree with that. Before you leave, here is a small announcement, but a very important one. If you have been trying to raise children with a narcissistic co-parent and those children have been giving you a difficult time, if you do not know how to navigate the landscape, what mistakes not to make, I have created a life changing program for you called How to Nurture Your Children Properly. If you want access at a discounted price, click the I button above or the link in the description. With that, let's bring this episode to an end. Thank you so much for listening and watching. I will talk to you in the next one. Until then, as always, let the healing begin and continue.